Well, hello, guys. This is Kim here with Odingo, season 2 of Relationship Matters. I am super excited. Are you, Mr. Jackson? What about your welcoming introduction?
Hi everyone, I would like to say Happy New Year.
Oh my God, yeah, happy 2021.
Happy 2021. And as we kick off 2021, we are introducing you to season 2 of Relationship.
Oh my God, I'm super excited.
Matters.
I am super excited because we have so much in stock. We've got so many things to talk about, and I know you guys have been wondering what's happening. We didn't want to just overwhelm everyone in 2020, and 2020 was overwhelming enough
itself.
Oh my goodness. So we had to just like do a limited series and just call it a day. So we want to kick off this series, the very first episode of 2021, with a reflection of 2020. Everyone knows this has been a tremendous year. This has been a year that will possibly go down in history books, isn't it, baby?
Every year goes down in the history books,
But this one
will stand
out. Oh
out.
my God, it will definitely stand out. And we just want to reflect on the year. If you were in a relationship in 2020 and you came out stronger, you entered into 2021 stronger. Congratulations to you.
Yeah, definitely.
Congratulations to you, because there are some people who are now filing divorce papers.
Yeah.
We have some people, some relationships which are maybe not going as far as filing divorce papers, but they are now living in separate households, because it was definitely a testing time on relationships.
Oh, yes.
More than anything else. It was a make or break, because I remember one time you were saying 2020, we were so used to our life going and coming. Everybody had their specific schedules, their 9 to 5s, their routines. And suddenly we had to live with one another. I had to spend 24 hours, especially in the lockdown, with the person you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with. And then it became a bit too much for a lot of people, because seeing someone day in, day out, it's like, I need a break. I can't even go out to the pub with my friends. I can't even go out with my girls. I can't even go to the cinema. Everything is shut down. So where do I find my own personal space to breathe?
Yes, indeed.
So we just want to look back at 2020 and maybe what was what you want to take out of that insane year?
Well, I would not necessarily call it an insane year. I think that in reflection, we look at 2020 as the year where it all broke down, where everything more or less crashed and burned. But I have an alternative, a slightly different perspective on the way I look at 2020.
Okay, enlighten us.
I think that we become very comfortable from time to time with the routines that we have. We become comfortable even like with our spouse.
Yes.
And when there are changes in our spouse, we don't see it, because we get so comfortable, we go partially blind.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
Even with our children, we become so comfortable with us just getting ready, going to work. We're seeing them leave. We don't know if they're going to school. We're not checking up on our children. We are not making quality, trying to carve out some quality time with our children. So 2020 was that incident, that instance, that situation that broke routine in the business world and just globally.
Okay.
And we would look at 2020 as, COVID-19 came and there's a global pandemic and there was the lockdown and but I am not necessarily looking at it, focusing on that. What I got out of it, what I came from, what I left 2020 with was the fact that if you become too comfortable, you can go blind to the very important and significant things.
Oh, wow.
And my motto, leaving 2020 and entering 2021, my motto for 2021, and I think that might be my motto for the next 10 years, it is, we are still here. And if you want to make it personal, you could look in the mirror and say, I am still here. I am still here. Despite what has happened, despite the turbulence that would have been experienced in 2020, we are still here. And if we are still here, it means that we still have a great work to do.
That's amazing, definitely. Yeah. And I think, like you said about 2020, like we were so comfortable. I think what it has taught me is to appreciate the small things, appreciate the things that you believe are insignificant. You understand? Like you said, you tend to ignore changes in your spouse. You tend to ignore changes in your children. You tend to most probably not make time for your family because we were so busy with life. And I think it just brought everyone to the point, it forced us to look at each other. It forced families to have conversations and deal with real situations. You know what I mean? Because it was not a time we couldn't run away from each other. We didn't have the opportunity to run away from each other. So we had to spend time. We had to get to know our spouse, our children all over again. And I think that was a good thing. So taking out, reflecting on 2020, as much as it was insane, because obviously we were still in a pandemic. And by the way, baby, we need to let the viewers know that this COVID got into our house, isn't it? It actually got into our house. It affected you personally.
It did.
And it didn't do anything to me. I think COVID is like afraid of me. How you want to tell your viewers?
I am afraid of you. So.
You want to tell the viewers, because listen, we're still in a pandemic. How was your COVID experience?
It was horrible.
Because I think people who have no clue, because do you know there are some people who still believe this is a conspiracy, like this virus does not exist. Can you just enlighten people who are listening to this today and let them know what your personal experience with COVID was?
Fair enough. But I would put, I don't really want to spend a lot of time.
No, we don't want to but we just want to enlighten just a little bit.
Well, in a nutshell, when you contract COVID-19, everybody's experience is different.
Yes.
I have a colleague at work, and that colleague had it, and she was back at work in about 8-9 days, and she was just laughing. She said she just lost her sense of smell and taste, and that was it. I had a completely different experience.
Yeah.
And my experience, when I looked into it, I realized a lot of people there's the difficulties breathing and the coughing and the choking, and I never had much coughing.
No.
I never had much difficulties breathing.
Thank God for that.
Occasionally, I had just a brief moment, but nothing that was very concerning.
Yes.
My major symptom, which was very concerning, was my temperature spiked up.
Oh my God, that was
38.
That was very scary. It was more than 38.
No, it was going 38.7.
Yeah, it was in the 40s. It was in the 40s.
It spiked, and when it did, I started to hallucinate. I think I lost consciousness at one point or another. There was a lot of different things that was happening for days upon end, where I would lose myself. I would not be conscious of things that are happening. And there were times when I hallucinated. I had hallucinations, and it was about just me dying or people killing me, and
that's insane.
And I lost more. I lost almost 30 pounds in weight.
You did lose a lot of weight
because I was not eating. I was not drinking. I never had the strength to eat, drink, or to hardly go to the toilet.
Thought this virus wanted to finish you. Yeah,
I
but
did feel at one point that at one point it got to the stage where I questioned, was I alive?
my goodness.
I actually felt
Wow.
like I had actually died.
So
I felt so absent. I was a physical presence here, but I
yeah.
felt like I was.
I remember
I
just
was
watching you
absent.
just days just not moving.
Yeah.
And I think for me that was the most concerning thing. It's like I couldn't wait to get my husband back because I'm thinking this is not the man that I know. It's like I think anybody who's experienced in stuff like that, they do say to you, well, you have to self-isolate. You need to make sure your partner is in a separate space. I just couldn't leave your side because I was fearful that something was going to happen, So I think it was just one of those times where I also was upset with you because I wanted you to fight.
Yeah.
And I thought some days you were not fighting. I was like, baby, you need to fight this thing, But I truly didn't understand what it was doing to you. And I just thought, my major concern was that there was no breathing difficulties, but we want to move on from that. We just thank
Can I
God.
just say one last thing is, if someone say that they have COVID-19, or if you personally have the experience of having a relative with it, and you could see sometimes that they're slipping away or they've slipped away, believe it. They most likely have slipped away or they've
That's a
not
very
given
valid
up.
point. Yes.
So it is important that you stay with them.
Yes,
Not that
yeah.
you might not necessarily need to physically be there and touch them, but it's important that you stay with them if you can.
If you
be
can,
around.
be around.
To you don't need
Because
to
you
invade
just don't know.
the 3
You
meter
just
space.
don't know. It's a very frightening time.
Yeah.
And we just want to thank God. Baby, you're back on the platform. You're back. We're doing this season 2 and you're still here.
Season 2, yes.
So I'm
Reviewing 2020.
Reviewing 2020. And
2020.
I think
So-
we wanted to point this out because sometimes, we want to make it, we want you to understand we too have been affected by this virus directly, not just, we're not talking about it from a third party's point of view. We were directly involved.
Our home was locked down.
Our
Nobody
home was
going to
seriously
work.
locked down. Our children had the virus apart from my son and myself. It was frightening times.
it was.
So I just there is light at the end of the tunnel for whoever is going through, family members. We know some people have lost family members. We know, listen, this is a trying time and a lot of people have lost jobs. A lot of people have lost businesses. So we understand. And, we just want to reflect and say, if you have made it to 2021, you're still here. You're still standing.
We are still
and
here.
we are going to do this. And we just want to give thanks. And like I said, what I got out of 2020 was to appreciate the small things in life,
And the people
and the
in your
people
life.
in your life.
The people in your
Exactly.
life.
Very important.
I don't really want to cut you off there, but you see that point is so important. It's so significant because that is what we do. We use people in our lives and we don't get to appreciate them.
My goodness,
we don't
that
get
is so
to honor them.
powerful.
Yep, that's what it is. But you realize in a lockdown how much you really need other people. If nothing else, we are supposed to see what this lockdown did is that when we never had the jobs to run to and we never had everywhere to run to, we had to queue up
My
to buy
goodness.
food.
Oh my God!
This was like
were, I hated
World
the
War
queues.
II.
I really hated the queues.
Yeah, but I'm saying like we went back to like World War
I know.
We went back to food rationing. You only could buy this and you only could buy that. You have to queue up for an hour, 2 hours, and then when you go in, you can't get.
Remember when we couldn't get eggs and flour?
I know. I know. It was just amazing.
Oh my God!
But what I'm saying is appreciate the people.
The
people in your life.
When you say appreciate the people, can I just add to that? It's not just wanting something from someone. It's the telephone call. It's about those like checking on someone, sending a message, making sure, you keep in touch with certain people because I am really bad with communicating. I think I only speak to my husband on a day-to-day basis. But other than that, it's like the people in my life know. It doesn't matter if I don't speak to you every day, I still love you from afar. But it's important to keep in touch with loved ones. It's important to check on your friend. It's important to make sure everyone is well, everyone is okay, and to not take those little friendships for granted, because we realize now we need people in this time, because we're not an island. We need a support network. We need a bubble to rely on. You need your friends, you need your family members. So I think for me, it's just appreciating the small things, appreciating the people around you. Do not take life for granted, because here today, gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
21 has taught us that, and 2020 has taught us that. I'm hoping 2021 is going to be a blessing. You know what I want to do again? I want to travel again. What about you? What are your plans for 2021?
It is as if you went straight into my head. What I was going to say was, in 2020, in March, we were supposed to travel. We were
we were supposed to go to India.
Yeah, we had great plans.
We had amazing plans.
We've waited for 2 years to execute those plans. Imagine waiting for 2 years, and then what?
I know, and then
all of that was wiped out.
But you know so what? Hard.
Yeah, but you know what's happening? What happens is 2020, going back to what has 2020 taught us, it has definitely taught us this. Whatever plans you want to make them.
Yep.
Whatever you want to do it.
Do it.
Because you don't know.
Yeah,
you don't know what's going to happen.
It's true. Eat the cake, wear the dress, drink the wine, do the things that you want to do. You understand? Wear the nice dress that you want to wear. Don't wait for the perfect occasion to enjoy the good things in life. We want to just maybe I think we want to wrap this up in it. We just want to, because this is our very first.
But I like what you're saying. We want to wrap it up, but I'm just enjoying what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think one of the most beautiful things was, I'm not being funny, but I think I was laughing, because I was saying we're in a lockdown, and the guy with the Ford Fiesta have it parked in his garage or on the street. It's parked. It's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere.
And the guy with the Bentley is parked. He's not going anywhere.
No one can fly.
Yeah.
All the big shot influencers, everything came to a standstill.
Lockdown.
So it's just showing you what is life really.
What is possible.
Yeah.
So that I think it is important for us to, the point we was getting back to, you need people.
You need people.
Appreciate there's work, there's everything else, but you appreciate the people in your life.
Oh yes, definitely.
Appreciate the people who are significant to you. And not just that, I think in 2020 what I noticed as well, something was really, really interesting. A lot of people came out from within the crowd and show me how much I meant to them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I could appreciate them in my life.
Yeah.
They were important to me before.
But you never actually noticed that.
But I never realized how important I was to them.
Oh, wow.
They made a point of making sure that I understood how important I was and my safety was to them. And because they've done that, I realized that they are even that more significant and important to me.
Yeah.
So sometimes you see the people come from outside, they come through the crowd to make a point.
And I think people reveal their true colors as well in 2020. You actually saw the ones that were for you and the ones that are actually against you. It was definitely an eye-opener on every angle. You had to look at it, because you definitely knew who's for you, who's against you, who you need in your corner, who you need to remove from your circle, because we are not taking everyone into 2021 with us. No. There are some people we are definitely leaving behind. Yes. They have to stay so we can actually elevate ourselves. Yes. So I just want us to, we want to say thank you so much for your love and your support. Everyone who actually enjoyed, the podcast in 2020. We thought it was a good idea to have a nice, Caribbean couple podcast, and my husband and I are coming from a sincere, authentic place. And we have so many things that we want to talk about moving forward. But as we reflect and, move on, you'd say goodbye to 2020, we just want to say thank you. And we just want to remind you, like we said, appreciate the small things. Move into 2021. Now that we are here in 2021, enjoy the small things in life. Enjoy finding new ways of spending quality time with your spouse. This is something my husband and I had to learn to do. We were so into movie nights, dinner, we love date nights, but listen, we couldn't do all those things anymore. We had to learn to do things differently and spending quality time with each other, finding ways, Netflix and chill became a real thing, innit? Netflix and chill became a real thing in our household. Just didn't have a choice, spending more one-to-one time, really learning to appreciate things about my husband that I actually never saw before. I'm not too sure, vice versa, baby. Did you see things in me that you never actually saw before?
There were things no, not really. There were things in you that I got to see more of. There were things in you that I got to understand on a deeper level.
Oh, wow.
And there were things in you that I got to realize were not just an occasional thing. It was a consistent thing.
That's good. I hope these are good things.
But anyway. So, but what I'm saying is, we also want to say thank you to 2020, because 2020 has taught us.
It was a lesson.
Some really, really magnificent lessons. Nothing else, it has taught us that we are resilient and we are adaptable. We are adaptable.
Definitely.
And we are still here.
And we're still here. We're still here. If you have made it, you have your significant other with you, you have your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Listen, appreciate each other, appreciate the small things, and we look forward to doing this all over again. Remember, we are back every Sunday with a new episode. So send in your messages, send in your requests as usual, and we'll try our best to do.
And your feedback,
very important. And remember, if you are following us on YouTube, to remember to like, to share, and to subscribe. We love you very much. We thank you very much. And once again, happy 2021.
Happy 2021.
Be blessed. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.